All right, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your big Canucker here, and we've got a little bit of a flashlight Friday here, and just kind of wanted to go over the brand new Tami Nightcore Top. This is not going to be a long-term review because, like I said, I just picked this light up yesterday, and I wanted the chance to really put it in my everyday carry rotation before I give it a real good, good review and score. But I just kind of wanted to go over it. It looks like it's a fantastic little light so far, right off the bat. So far, I'm really impressed with this, with the limited amount of fiddling around with this that I've had so far. So let's go over the specs here. All right, so it looks like it's a maybe just a touch too big to be a keychain light, but certainly a light that you can fit inside your pocket or your front pocket, your back pocket, your shirt pocket. And I think that it's going to be a fantastic little beast here. All right, so it has got up to 1,000 lumens. You've got yourself 5 different levels of brightness. You've got an ultra low 1 lumen that gives you about 70 hours runtime. You've got a low, which is 15 lumens, and that gives you about 19 hours runtime. And then you've got a mid here with 65 lumens that'll give you 9 hours and 45 minutes of runtime. And then you've got a high, a 200 lumen, which will give you 3 hours runtime. And then, of course, you've got the turbo, which is the super bright 1000 lumens. And you only get about 15 minutes of that. And I do know that if you've got that turbo running, it does kind of step down a little bit in brightness because you have to kind of worry about the heat with this too as well. And such a small package with that amount of light coming out of it, if it stayed at 1,000 lumens right off for the whole 15-20 minutes or whatever, I think you'd be having to worry about some heat. So it does have the advanced thermal protection, so it will step itself down if it starts to get a little bit too bright. Now, let's just see here. So she's got a aluminum alloy housing with a nice wide flat pocket clip that allows you to put it in your front pocket, or even put it on your hat. That's where I think this would work really well. If you had the opportunity, you're just tuck it to the bill of your hat, and then you've got yourself kind of a headlamp. You're working on something. You're going camping. I think that's fantastic. Now you've got 2 different modes. You've got a daily mode and you've got a demo mode. And the difference between those two is the demo mode just allows you to, whatever light that you have on will only run for 30 seconds and then it shuts off. And that's really handy if you want to use your light and you're not going to be using it as a flashlight carry around for a long time, but you're continually checking something. If you leave it in that demo mode and it goes in your pocket and it gets clicked on, it won't stay on and run your battery right out. It'll automatically shut off after 30 seconds. So I think that's a handy little a little mode that you can have too as well. Let's just see here. You've got it's a rechargeable with a USB Type C charging. Is it USB C or mini USB? I do believe. Just whatever your Android phone is, that's the one that charges. So it's actually a 1200 milliamp hour battery, internal rechargeable battery on here, and there's a lot of lights out there that would fit. This size here would fit, let's say, a AAA or a AA. You're getting way more performance out of this light than just a simple AAA or a AA battery can give you. This 1200 milliamp hour battery with up to 70 hours runtime and a 1 lumen, like, you don't think that that's very much, but when it's pitch black, you're in a tent or you're trying not to disturb somebody, that 1 lumen lights up enough that you can do quite a bit. And even 3 hours at the 200 lumens, like 200 lumens is really bright. And I'm really impressed what you got out of this little package here too as well. I'm not going to really go over a whole bunch with the beam patterns and all that stuff, because I'm an EDC guy. I have flashlights. I use them for repairing things. Sometimes you're looking under a cabinet or a countertop, and you're trying to find something, and you need a little flashlight. That's what I use it for. And so far, last night I actually was using this under my bed to look for something, and under the couch something dropped, and this was a great little light. Gives you a nice bright white light. So you don't have any real goofy. Sometimes your LEDs you can get kind of that goofy bluish light with the halo on it. This gives you a really nice, really nice bright light. All right, so let's go with, so you've got a Cree XP-L HD V6 LED with a max output of 1,000 lumens. That says a lot. Just say that it's white, it's bright, and it does a great job. Optical lens, so it does focus that light really nice without a lot of that kind of halo on the outside. Built-in 1200 milliamp battery. Advanced cutoff with thermal protection on here, so if it does go off in your pocket, you're not gonna burn a hole through your thigh. Yeah, so 2 user modes, the demo and the daily mode, 5 brightnesses, and it's also got 2 different type of lockout too as well. Your lockouts are if you happen to, you've got a full lockout and you've got a half lockout. Now your full lockout basically locks out the entire thing, so you push the buttons, nothing happens other than the display lights up. On your half lockout, you push the buttons, nothing happens, although you can put it in turbo mode. So if you're in lockout number 2, the half lockout, you can actually put it in turbo mode. So you can just press and hold down your mode button, and then bam, your turbo's on for however briefly. So that's kind of a nice little feature too as well, having the 2 lockouts. So let's just quickly, so as you can see here, you've got a really nice little display here too as well, displaying. So she's 4.1 volts, so she's just about charged up perfect. It's on daily mode. And then you've got, you can see here, you've got your night core. It tells you the lumens, and it also tells you the runtime. So your on-off button is here, and this is your mode button. And this is going to change your modes now. You're at 65 lumens. It tells you the runtime, and it tells you what type of mode you're in. And now, of course, you've got the 200 lumens, 2 hours, 58 minutes runtime, and then you're down to 1 lumen, which is 72 hours and 14 minutes. So it reads how much power is in here, and it also lets you know how long it's going to run. What a great little display. Really. And then you can see now the display goes off, and you've got the 1 lumen happening. So let's just shut that off. Now, it also, so this is what comes in the box. You've got your light, you've got your lanyard pull, and then of course you've got some documentation with your manual here too as well. So there is no charging cable, but most everybody has got that charging cable to charge their cell phone or to charge a piece of equipment. So this little here will attach here if you want to give it a keychain light. Right out of the box, the only knock I have on it is these things are such a pain in the butt trying to get on here. I will eventually put on, I think, this little latch because I think it's going to be a handy little thing to sometimes clip this to something. Reading the specs on this, this little lanyard pull looks like it's going to be an extremely tough little pull. It will support, I do believe, 30 pounds, or is it 30 kilograms? 30 kilograms of weight, so almost 70 pounds. So this is an extremely tough little lanyard pull. So sometimes I know that you put yourself a keychain light, you put a lanyard on there, and you go to pull it and it busts, and you're a little bit pissed off at your equipment. Where this one here is 30 kilograms of weight, really impressive. So I will be letting you guys know down the road what I think of this light, but so far, right out of the box, I'm really impressed. It's extremely lightweight. I think 1.2 ounces. It looks like it's, I know some people are kind of saying this is an in-between light where it's too big to be a keychain light, but it's too small to be an everyday carry light. I have to disagree. Yes, it is a little bit on the weird side where it's kind of a square with a large beam, but that large beam area is giving you so much throw as well as 1,000 lumens. I don't think you can go wrong with that. You know what? Yes, it's about the size of a key. So it's actually smaller than the keys to my Mustang. So I don't know why people can say that that's too big to be a keychain light. Maybe you wouldn't want both of them at the same time, but I could certainly see clipping this to my keychain, to my Mustang key, and having both of them there, and no problem throwing it in my front pocket. And I like the fact that it's a little bit bigger because I've got kind of big hands, and I like the fact that I'm not fumbling around with this, that it's so tiny. Because sometimes you get something really small like that, and you're fiddling around with it, and you bust it. And you know what? I can't say that I'm really used to fiddling around things that are small, so maybe I'm the wrong guy to talk about that, but a little Tim Toolman laugh there. But so far, really, really impressed. Night Court Tup, I would definitely look at this again after seeing it here for the one day, but I will give you a longer, more hardcore review down the road once I've used this for quite some time. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Really, really appreciate it, guys. If you like what you saw and you heard, please give me the thumbs up as well as give me the subscribe. Hit the old subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. Now, with what's out there, people, please, please stay safe. Keep your family safe. Listen to the experts on the news. And do what they tell you. Practice, your self-isolation. We're at the backside of this. But you know what? The one thing I did read, which bothered me, is that this disease, the COVID-19, can come back if we, I think, relax our posture a little bit too soon. We could put ourselves right back into the trouble again. But so please keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.